What's going down, everybody? Welcome back to another top 5 in 5 right here on Commander Cookout on YouTube. Today, the top 5 best turn 1 plays in Commander. We're brought to you by FusionGamingOnline.com, where you can use CCO Spring promo code to get 5% off your whole order. Great deal. Get a discount on the stuff you're going to buy anyways. And the patrons over at patreon.com/CCO podcast, they suggested this list today. Now, best turn 1 plays in Commander means best plays to set up your strategy. The best plays to set up your strategy. So let's get to it. Number 5. Now I'm going to cheat on every single one of these, I think, because I'm going to give you groups of cards. Remember, number 5 is setup cards. These are going to set up your strategy. These are brainstorms, ponders, card draw spells like Skull Clamp, maybe a Viscera Seer, maybe a Tutor, maybe an Allosaurus Shepherd because you're playing a creature deck. These are setup cards so you can do your strategy. Number 4 are your traditional mana dorks. Again, these are kind of setup cards, but they kick off your game plan towards big mana. These are the Birds of Paradises, the Llanowar Elves, the Fyndhorn Elves, the Avacyn's Pilgrims, Elves of Deep Shadow, Noble or Ignoble Hierarchs. These are the 1-drops that are going to get you there. 3 mana on turn 2, 5 mana on turn 3 type thing. Big mana, these creatures kick off that game plan. Number 3, kind of the same thing, but less fragile than the Mana Dork or the Skull Clamp. These are the enchantments that enchant your lands. These are Wild Growth and Utopia Sprawl. Both in green, I know, but they're less fragile than a creature, and they do the same thing as number 4. They get you moving towards big mana mid and late game. Fantastic cards. Number 2, we've got a bunch of cards that are going to get you even more mana than numbers 3 and 4 and 5. These are the Burgeonings, Explorations, Land Tax, Carpet of Flowers, Curse of Opulence. These are cards that are going to hit on what your opponents are doing and give you a benefit. You can look for these kinds of cards at the 1-drop slot in any color or in artifacts to, again, take advantage of what your opponents are doing to give yourself either a catch-up advantage or a pull-ahead advantage. That's what these cards are going to do, and they're all fantastic. They see play anywhere from casual decks as ramp pieces all the way up to competitive Commander, where they're really taking advantage of opponents abusing the rules of the game. And now, the number 1 play, I don't think it's a surprise. It's fast mana. This is going to be the thing that wins you the game early. It wins you the game late if you drop it. These are the Soul Rings into the Signet. You can go 1-drop into 2-drop with your Soul Ring or your Mana Crypt or your Mana Vault or your Jeweled Lotus, your Lotus Petal. These are Moxen. These are anything that's going to give you more than 1 mana or 2 mana or 3 mana on turn 1. It's going to set you so far and away ahead of your opponents because you've made so much more mana so much earlier that these are the best things to play strategically on turn 1. Now, do they belong in casual Commander? That's for you and your play group to decide. You can do the Rule 0 pre-game talk. Make sure you're honest with how much fast mana you're playing, because some people don't like to play against it. They think it's unfair. They don't like to proxy. These cards are expensive. They have a lot of baggage. Baggage aside, these are the best cards to play on turn 1 in Commander. If you want to pick any up, you head to FusionGamingOnline.com. Use CCO Spring at checkout. You get a discount on all of them. Doing so helps the show out. That's fantastic. If you want to pledge to the show individually, Patreon.com/CCO podcast is the way to do it. You can see a list of our biggest supporters and our totally medium editor right now.